I was actually already popular when I went to jail. When I went to jail, they were in there, hey, Comic View, what's up, Comic View? They knew who I was.
They knew who you
And
were.
here's a crazy, crazy story. Okay. So I filmed the movie The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. It was the second film I'd ever done. It's the movie that got me my SAG card. It was filmed in Alcatraz in the Bay Area. The first movie was So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Which is my favorite.
With Mike Myers before he did any
It's
of
her
the
favorite movie.
Oscars.
Yeah, I
Which
love
is
it.
sick. It's sick. So before I got incarcerated, The Rock filmed some parts of it in Twin Towers Correctional Facility down on Cesar
Downtown
Chavez.
here.
That's right. So fast forward, I get incarcerated and put in Twin Towers. So I'm in a movie that was filmed in the jail that I'm incarcerated in.
Did they watch the movie in the jail?
No. And but they did watch Comic View and they knew who I was, and so some of that had a little antagonism with the inmates, and some of it had a little protection, value. They knew I was going to get out. I didn't think I was going to get out. I got to lose my paperwork. I'm never going to get out. I had a new baby. It was just a nightmare.
What is the weirdest, scariest thing that happened to you while you were in there?
Watching women fight naked on their period during the clothing exchange. That shit was, I couldn't believe it.
Like,
They were fighting. And they were on their period.
And you didn't know where the blood was coming
how do you?
from.
Found out later.
Yeah.
And in the showers in Twin
Boy.
Towers were like
Wow, that's
somebody spitting on you. Like you don't know how precious your hot water is, or your water pressure, or eating with a fork and a knife instead of pancakes with a plastic spoon. We take that shit for granted, and it's really a miracle. It's really a beautiful thing to have hot water at your will in every faucet in your house. When you've been denied that, then you know there's no seasoning. You can't season your food in jail, but you get very creative. You learn how to do things.
How do you keep your sanity?
I didn't actually keep my sanity. I was in for 4 months and 18 days for bank robbery, basically.
Okay.
Extortion. Not extortion. Embezzlement. And I stopped looking out the window because the window's only this big. I stopped looking at the window because I couldn't stand to see people on the street catching a bus, drinking coffee, pushing their baby in a stroller. I couldn't take it. And then I was in from August, September, October, November to December. And close to I think sometime around Thanksgiving, the Stones had a concert, I guess at Dodger Stadium or something like that. And I could hear the fucking Stones from my cell, and I wouldn't look out the window. It was just, it was just horrible.
Do you go and talk to somebody? Do they have mental health advocates? Or
They didn't even use that phrase back when I was.
So, but is there somebody to talk to as you think you're flipping
Nobody
out?
gives a fuck. No.
Did you have cellmates?
Yeah, one of the bitches was a detoxing heroin addict. She had a seizure and bounced out the top bunk and went splat right next to me, broke her arm. And then she was throwing up constantly. If you have the bottom bunk, there's the toilet, here's your head. Shit like that.
Did you make any friends there?
Yeah.
Do you still talk to anybody that was there with you?
One.
Are they, did they do okay? Are they okay now?
I don't think so.
They got to be amazed as if this is where you met and this was the level of
Yeah.
life that you were living, that you're Luenell.
Yeah, one girl, the other girls, I don't know, they fell by the wayside, meth addicts and shit like that. But this one girl who was in there for stealing, she actually caught up with me at a show. And she came into me and I was like, oh my God, and so we still talk. She's still a little shady, but it was good to see her free and me free as well.